welcome to this video. In this video, I want to share with you how I meal prep for weight loss, but also because I'm pregnant, it's not really for weight loss, but all the recipes can be used to meal prep for weight loss, or if you just want to eat healthy, or if you just want to have some really good vegan recipes on hand. All of these are really great. I'm going to prep a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. I'm gonna start with the dinner first because it's gonna take the longest. I'm gonna make a vegan vegetable curry with brown rice, and oatmeal with fresh fruit and caramelized bananas, which are life-changing. And I'm going to make hummus to make vegetable wraps for lunch. So I don't always meal prep, but I do think, especially as I'm getting busier and busier, that it is nice to have a few things on hand. So however you want to break this down for yourself, whatever makes sense for your schedule is going to be best. Basically, it's enough for 3 servings of the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner for you to have on hand throughout the week. So you could eat that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or you could eat it, Monday, have the lunch again on Tuesday, have the dinner on Wednesday and Thursday. You can spread it out throughout the week however you like, but these are really simple recipes. They contain no oil at all. They're really healthy and are gonna keep you satisfied and also just have you feeling like you've eaten something really good and tasty. So let's get into it and I'll show you how I meal prep for weight loss, for healthy eating, for just delicious food in general. Let's do this. I'm going to start with the dinner for these meals for the next 3 days first. I recently received this rice cooker from my mom as a present, and it's been a real game changer for me as far as making things pretty quickly. I've learned the ratios for this particular rice cooker in my altitude. I need to add a little bit more water than I normally would, but basically I'm making enough rice, brown rice for myself, to last for 3 meals or 3 dinners. And now I'm going to show you how to make a really easy vegetable curry where the base is just spring onions, some garlic, some ginger, some chili, and some vegetables that I have on hand. So the first thing I'm doing is just chopping the spring onions into little rounds, and I'm using the entire spring onion or green onion or however you want to call it. I'm using about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, and I'm just mincing that really thinly. Ginger is another key element to making any kind of curry, so I'm using about 1 inch of ginger and I'm just chopping it up. I had red bell pepper and some broccoli on hand fresh, but really you could use any kind of vegetable that you have. If you had carrots or zucchinis, or you wanted to put potatoes in here even, you could do that. So I'm using 1 whole red bell pepper, and I have leftover fresh broccoli, and I'm using not only the little broccoli trees, but also the stems as well. Just cut it up really finely, and it's gonna go really well in this super easy vegetable curry. I'm adding about 1/2 of a jalapeno diced, but you don't have to add that much if you don't like it spicy. I know it always depends on the jalapeno how spicy it is. And then for the acidic taste in the curry, I'm gonna add lime juice, but you could use things like apple cider vinegar if you wanted to instead. Now I'm doing a no oil fry, and a great way to see if your pot is really nice and hot and ready is to just drop a little bit of water on it first, and if it sizzles like that, it's ready. So I've got no water in here at all. I've just got a really hot pot, and I'm adding the spring onions and the garlic to brown them. That's how you brown things without oil. And you can see that they're just starting to crisp up ever so slightly. And then adding in the red bell pepper actually brings a little bit of water to it, but it still has the chance to brown up nicely. You just let this kind of saute for about a couple minutes, and then adding a full fat can of coconut milk to this. And I'm constantly stirring here. Of course, full fat coconut milk has fat in it, right? But I'm gonna add in some vegetable broth. I'm using 1 bouillon cube with 2 cups of water. So for that bouillon cube, it equals 2 cups of vegetable broth. And then I'm using 1 tablespoon of curry powder and about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric powder. And that's really all the spices I'm gonna put in. I'll adjust later on, but you wanna keep this really simple. And then I'm just stirring occasionally and letting the liquid cook down. Now there is a whole can of that full fat coconut milk, but because I've added all the vegetable stock, it's going to really kind of reduce the fat content overall. Once it's been cooking for a while, you can add in your softer vegetables like your broccoli, and then I just use 2 cups of frozen mixed vegetables, but again, any vegetable would work. Then just continue to let it cook and simmer down the liquid. I'm adding some lime juice here and 1/4 teaspoon of tamari, just to make it a little bit saltier, but not so much that it changes the taste from Indian to Asian. and then just letting it cook for just a couple more minutes until it has a nice balance of liquid of the sauce and vegetables. And once the rice is ready, then every serving will look similar to this. I'm gonna build it with rice on the bottom and then some of the vegetable curry, and then garnish it with things like cilantro and jalapeno and fresh lime juice. And have each meal completely ready to go as you're ready to eat it, or have it in one kind of container and then portion out for yourself for 3 meals. Easy and wonderful vegetable curry. Next up, we're having steel cut oats with caramelized bananas. You guys, caramelized bananas without any oil has been a major game changer for me. I don't know if you know it or not, but I am Cuban, and fried plantains or fried bananas are such a huge part of that diet. I was so excited when I found out this way to caramelize a banana or a plantain without using any oil at all. The key, again, is a very hot non-stick pan. So I'm using this electric griddle from K&L, but if you have a non-stick pan, that will work just as well. So I'm taking 2 extremely ripe bananas, a very big key in this, because the sugars from the ripe bananas are what bring out the juice and the sugar in order for you to be able to caramelize. So you want the pan to be really nice and hot, and then just 1 to 2 minutes on each side, flip the banana until they're to your liking. They are so good, such a game changer. And then here, I'm just making enough steel-cut oats for 3 servings of breakfast. And I find that I really don't mind having these pre-cooked oats later on. It's actually pretty quick. Oatmeal's really quick if you don't want to make them pre-cooked and you just want to make it day by day, but it's really a nice thing to have. You just reach in your fridge and it's ready to go. So with this steel cut oat, every portion is going to be about the same. I'm going to top it with a couple of the caramelized bananas, and then I'm going to also serve it with some fresh fruit. So I've chosen berries like strawberries and blueberries, and then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of some kind of seed on there. So maybe a chia seed or some ground flaxseed, and you've got a really complete and hearty meal, and you do not need any added sugar, maple syrup, brown sugar, nothing like that. This is so sweet and delicious. And you could even have this over atop rice and beans if you really want. The next thing I'm making, this will be my lunch. This is my veggie wrap with oil-free hummus. So the first thing I'm gonna do for this is make some hummus. I pretty much make a batch of hummus about every week because it's something that I can easily throw onto a sandwich or on top of a salad or in a wrap, and I really enjoy eating it. So I'm putting a whole can of chickpeas in here, 1 clove of garlic, 4 tablespoons of tahini, about the juice of 1 lemon, and then I'm just using salt and garlic salt to taste, and then I'm adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of water to get it to be able to process well but not be super liquidy. And then you just process this until it's smooth. Of course, you want to give it a taste to your liking, see if you want to add some more salt, see if you want to add more garlic salt, more lemon. Every lemon is a different size, right? So you just want to test it out and see where it goes. Find a consistency that works for you. This is nice and smooth, but it's still fairly thick and spreadable, which is what I personally like. It's a great option for a simple oil-free hummus. And then I'm just going to put it on a wrap when I'm ready to eat it. I'm gonna add my veggies. So I've got some spring mix, some cucumbers and tomato. You can put as much or as little vegetables in there as you'd like, and that's all you do. Your lunch will be ready within seconds. And then bonus, I've talked to some of you guys about how to get your kids to eat more beans. Eli loves this hummus, so give it a try and see if they enjoy it. And another little trick that I love to do is feed his little animals before I feed him, because it really is an incentive for him to eat more. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed those recipes and that you give them a shot. And then the biggest thing that I can share with you about no oil cooking is that you wanna make sure that your pots and pans are super hot. That is really the key to making those caramelized bananas work, to making the vegetable curry work, and browning the onions and the garlic and the red peppers. It's really key. So you do not need oil in order to cook. Oil is one of the highest calorie density foods out there, and it really impedes weight loss. So if you're trying to get some new ideas on how to cook without oil and just cut down those extra high calorie foods in your diet and stick to lots of fruits and vegetables and low calorie density foods, these recipes fall right in line with that. So I hope you guys enjoy. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, so you know when I have new videos coming out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.